Um, let's do some more Kairos stuff. Okay. Okay. So let's just work on some features because it's what I feel like doing basically. The question is, do we just work on fx, and so let's maybe do so in this. Let's sort them. Right. Stopwatch is not important. Anti-return. This all is neat, but I mean this is more function type is something more close to what we can do now. I could do it technically, although I'm not sure that I need to really. A function. 1 sec. So print. I really don't think this is an important thing. As of right now. The one thing that I can say is add optional parameters. Or rather default parameters. I think, and I would say both Kairos, funcs, and native. What is the reverse of native is my question, because native is basically like just something that's called from the native language, which is C++, right? And I don't think my restream chat's working. Refresh, maybe? Don't know. Okay, works now. See the preview. Okay, this is neat, but also not important. This is something I could do, but maybe not now. This is something for later for sure. Function time, function any when printing, you know. This is something I want to do fairly quickly. This is not that important. Yeah, and I think actually this and done is. This is like sort of what we can do. Okay. Don't really care about switch statements, honestly. And that's something that could be nicely optimized, right? But also really wouldn't it wouldn't really be a big difference performance wise to currently just doing an if else. Although maybe it probably is a big deal because then it would be less opcodes to read internally by the runtime. So even if I wouldn't like generate a jump table or use something smart underneath, it would probably still be a performance improvement. I don't really care now. Yeah. I don't know if I see an issue with type any. probably just fine. Yeah, this is something that doesn't really matter. I think, yeah. I mean, currently we have this bug, actually, then if you write like a function, say find return free, rather maybe returning global, and then we have some global free, and we have something func, this will be incorrect, right? And it doesn't error check. This is something we want to fix eventually. Don't really know how. It requires lots of tracking, honestly. I wish this was just compile time, but whatever. Really, if we would pre-resolve, so if we do, I'll say this. If we pre-resolve const, including functions and enums, we could just make the main scope. We could just allow the global scope to have statements. Normal statements. Caveat being non-const variables wouldn't be light bound. Okay. So I really want. So this probably requires me to. So let's work on that actually. Let's move enums. Really, I should just have a compiler in the runtime, but still haven't done that. So I think. Oh my god, debug node's so fun. I see, we'll just do this. We'll compress it a bit. Do it that way. Do it like that. Okay. So now it kind of want this to also say. I mean, it's fine. Let's just keep it as is. Doesn't really matter. What? How is it not initialized? Question mark. Okay, Visual Studio is drunk. Okay, what other error do we have? No, we don't. How is it uninitialized? What? Oh, that's funny. Okay, now that can be correctly reported by the compiler. Although it's not really correctly reported because it's to fucking investigate it to find what's actually the problem, but unless it tells me that there is an error related to it, which is good. Okay. So now when we do resolution, I think, is when we'll store enums. Where do I store them? When is this actually ever used? This arena? Apparently was used once. That was actually a leak. Hmm. Oh, it was used. Okay, it was just weird because it was used in a very weird way. Okay. So I guess what I should remove instead is remove AST arena, since that's just the AST arena like this. No, nothing works today. It's so tilting. Okay. So let's maybe wait. I wanted enums to work. Really, I probably should have started with those two. They're a bit easier. But whatever. So when we make an enum, yeah, the stupid annoying thing is that I decided that nesting like things in functions is reasonable, which makes it really annoying to interact with some things if we are not in resolver stage, and since I want to export the enum table to oh my god, no, this today is not a good day for work. I'm completely not focused. Would rather not. So we declare an enum, declare enum. Huh. Hmm. No, I don't know how to do this. I'm not doing it. Not today. It's too much stuff. That doesn't nicely fit in into into what I have. It's awful. I would have to like awfully type all the stuff if I wanted to print the name. Today is not the day. Not gonna do much today. isn't able to, but let's try to at least do something. So I need to do this for loop, and we would be remaking what a for loop is defined as, and what we would have is actually none of this, and we would just have Oh, this is an if. What the fuck? I'm so drunk. What I need is like string name, and I need like S64 min, S34 max, and what I probably want is I won't need the pop n, but what I probably want is like U32 for loop max. We'll even make it an explicit name, and we'll use this. We'll define it here. We'll say descending equals 1. And I think that's it, because we don't need pointer access, right? Okay, so that's it. And really, this should be an expression min max. Right. So now what I do in parser is when I parse a for loop, as I would. That means I can remove a lot of. God, that's really good. Okay, number one done. For name equals read. Okay, what we need is like lecture. I have such a brain fog. Accept non-reserved identifier and lecture identifier, or maybe just name. Next token name, like this. And actually, this should be expect, and this should be address of parser aru lecture, and here we should say like this, and we'll say expected a variable name and for. Yep, okay, and then we would say lecture get expression. No, it's like read expression, right? Parser. So parser, or rather, result for the min equals this, max. And here I think I would say, or rather, I could even use AutoCast. I can't because we have two different stages. I hate that decision. I wish we had resolver and parser together, even if that doesn't mean lightbound variables, because this is just so annoying. And this is actually something we will not do anymore. And here is when we would actually want to read dot and done, like so. expect token parser lexer expected dot done in for loop range. That should be lexer expect token. So yeah, I removed the scope. Which we also have to read now. Now, Lexer is something that we haven't visited for a while now, but there will be done like this, dot. Okay. Okay. This makes me so annoyed. Finally, I just have to add this every time because there's no meta programming. Oh, it's just also too. Flags. Okay. Now in Resolver, that's where we will have to. So no type scope here, I don't think. Hmm. Hang on, inside. Though actually, yeah, we do need this because what we'll declare is we'll do fine. What is that? Type scope. Holy fuck, I can't remember anything. So it's declare variable type. We use the new type scope. Hmm. Yeah, think what I need to do is remake this as var. Rename this as variable var, right? Great. Var like this, right? Do we have to resolve variables? No, only var refs. So now AutoCast. Well, let's assume. I don't know what we should assume, but let's try now do this. Var type statement for var type statement token false, right? Well, would also do that for max. Okay, this is for compilation, but now in parser, var is where you say read var. Actually, what this should be is equals name on. This would be name, right? And type will just be var type integer for now, I think. Make var type int, right? Anything else a variable would want me to define? Not really. Okay. Not at this stage, anyways. Okay. So now we have create var statement for var. So now in parser, actually, what we also want to do is when we did this is if before the name we accept if lecture accept token parser lecture lex token type. It's greater than, I think, right? What's up, Tarzan? I'm not really at my best right now. I'm kinda brain foggy. That's stupid as fuck. Well, good is no longer fucked up, I guess. But what happened? I don't know. I'm just like not really can't really focus. I wanted to do something more ambitious initially, but just couldn't do it. And one thing is that I can focus, and the other thing is that it like requires a lot of redoing. Like it just requires a lot of stupid decision. It requires me to do bad decisions I don't want to do. Like I would have to like store a flat pointer in the opcode code or something, or like re-engineer or whatever. But yeah, I guess saying absent is probably better. Uh, but yeah, actually it should be 0, not 1. And now that's junk. Let's just use that instead. And greater than is like that, so yeah, it would make sense. Okay, and now what we need is I think we just need to pop in one thing here. This is not useful. Actually, it should be ascending, I think. Ascend. No, that's yeah, ascending. The default is ascending. Okay, so now here we would compile the max, right? And then we would either push a segment, push U8 code, I want to be upcode less than, right? Rather, yeah, less than, and then this would be, or rather, this is actually less or equal to. As would be greater or equal to. Yeah, the arrow operator is really stupid, but basically what it is. So you can have pointers in C++, and that's basically like that basically contains like an address of a variable of some place in memory, right? And for some reason, someone not really that clever, probably, or maybe they just I don't know. Someone for some stupid reason decided it's great. If you have a pointer to a structure, let's say compiler, then you use the arrow, right? Well, they are easy, but some people will claim that they aren't, which is embarrassing, but it is true, unfortunately. Okay, but actually this seems fairly correct. And this would actually should probably have to compile. This actually needs to push a set local. Code set local. Well, Fuck, man. I'll say static void set variable. Say compiler variable var. Read variable. Push set variable and push read variable. Right? Push declare variable. And I think this is just and we'll say push declare variable statement declare var compiler and I guess statement. What did I write incorrectly? Nothing actually, it's just stupid. Okay. Expression value. Also bool is global. This is value. Okay. var sp. Okay, var sp. Okay. Push declare variable statement declare. How did I know it's a global exactly? Do I have something here? It's just compiler is no. Oh. That's actually really in the var. So no need to do that. I would say just here var is global scope, right? And I guess I also need a lex token. Okay, so now really what I need is var declare push var declare compiler statement for men, right? That's what we need. Statement token, and also the name is this. Or this is what we get here, and then what we need is here we need push var read. It's compiler. This is the var that we are thinking of, and this is the token. Maybe here is also where I would use a pointer, why not? AI for programming? What kind? There's the GitHub code pilot, but it's not that great. And yeah, ChatGPT sucks at it too. So and the code pilot is mostly like AI assistant. I don't know, all the like programming AIs like really sucky because they like uh instead of focusing on like helping your actual like process instead of like helping you like maybe refactor code or whatever, fix bugs, fix errors, stuff like that. It just generates code for you, and it's often not the code that you would want even. So, like, I used it for C sharp for a bit because it's enabled by default, and it really tilted me because it wasn't ever doing what I needed, what I wanted to do. So it was just in the way. And I don't know if it costs money. The C sharp version, don't think that it does. So that is my answer. Anyways, so here, whenever we have this, we actually need to increment this. Now, actually, depending if we are descending, we do a different thing. What we need to do is read and then assign, right? Like this. And here we would get like the. So when we have identifier up, this is what we would get. We would just get identifier up value. As I think this can just be segment push. You add code, upcode, push through. I actually don't like that name. It should be called push one. Push one and push zero is what I'm thinking. We should have push zero, push one. Okay. Push one. Now what I really need is the opcode, so this would be opcode. Opcode equals whatever this is, and if it's descending, it would be opcode subtract, or otherwise opcode on. Right. Yeah, okay. That seems correct. So let's see what resolver does. Okay, it autocasts us to the type. I think the parser is where we should say statement type for loop, right? And now, depending if this flag is set as yeah, okay. Because those would be loops that never finish. And now whenever we use the for loop is where now we would say something else. For I 0 3 print I. Oh yeah, one thing that I don't think I actually did is when I parse this print expect. So now after the name is when we would want to is where I would want to expect colon expect then for loop variable name between range numbers. For loop range. Let's see what we get. Seem to get nothing. Hmm. Expected scope after a while. Good one. What do you mean? I think iOS is trash, but I don't know what you even mean. Do you mean like target, like the target, or do you just mean what I'm using? So I'm not sure, but this is a I have flags enabled. I don't know if that's actually visible on stream. Anyways, we have a parser error that I should fix. Yeah, I use Windows because Brood War runs in Windows and mods for Brood War. The mod that I'm working on is only running in Windows. And also, I have just not switched because like there's a lot of I know that there's a lot of software that Linux doesn't support. Which is not Linux's fault, but I'm definitely not a fan of macOS though. Oh, one thing here is that I should make a push string parser data arena. Maybe that's AST arena that I'm looking for. But that still shouldn't change anything. So min is type value and the value is float. That is so interesting. Why would it be flown? I don't know if I'm gonna play Story of 2. Maybe. Fine. Are we actually... Do we not have more for loops that I have none? What's happening? Oh. That is so stupid. That is actually so stupid. It thinks this is a float, even though there are two dots. So basically in Lexer, when we say done, so I want to say as if Lexer dot size maybe I just say char c1 equals string peak Lexer on 1, right? I would say if c equals this, or rather maybe just in here I would say if this is also a dot, we break immediately. I think we work actually. And now if I say 3 to 0 for loop, let's see if it works. It should print an error. It doesn't. That's wrong. That's very wrong. Gives me this character. Okay, that's useful. Should do it here, I guess. Yeah, this is dumb. That's something I probably can't protect against, really. So should say if compile time. If at compile time we know the value of min and max, we should make sure that the range is correct. And actually not really, because it's really a thing. Now actually I realized that I did something stupid in this because oh wait, did I? Maybe not. It has almost worked. Except this one somehow has a bigger value than it should. This is really interesting. Ah, it's so interesting, honestly. I don't know why. Oh, actually, I think I know what it is. It's because this is actually not respected. It's because we apparently didn't unwind the stack correctly. Yeah. This one is just not interested. So this like pop n is not working here. I'll just go back to the pop n thing. It was here. And now we'll say 32 pop n. I don't feel like doing that, honestly. I don't know why this is broken. Scope is unwound. What if I say 0? Now, what if I say 2? No. Okay. Let's see if this is just something related to this setting. It's not. Okay, so like you can see, it's like using the same variable but without assignment, which is really, really dumb. So, okay, we emitted something. So I suppose the reason we are broken is because, huh? No, that's not what I want. What do I want is here probably. Compare with unmodified. Not it. Popan is assigned not here. It's probably assigned here. Get compare with unmodified. Huh. We have some major problem here with the scoping. And I don't know if that was already broken before and just wasn't cut, or is it that just the SP here? Is it might be that the init thing was like kind of working for the SP because it was. I mean, we are making a new type scope, so that would necessitate new stuff. I think a way to do it probably is say. Hmm. So say make on. Maybe reset. Say push new stack frame. I think explicit scopes were actually broken. Because we want to inherit the SP if we have not. So SP only resets in a function call because then we like that's when we actually modify BP, right? Mm-hmm. So annoying. Let's see what happens here. Now this is SP4, right? Actually, this is probably what should. Those expressions probably shouldn't be allowed to read the new type scope, I don't think. How many parents do we have? Not many. How do we already have so much in the scope arena? Exactly. Maybe that's probably the unit ID stuff if I had to guess. Okay, so now let's see what compiler does. And now on the runtime, that's when we have like opcode value, I think. Opcode value, no. No, opcode data is what I'm thinking of. Something. Okay, man, I don't really have time to done it that way. Just comment everything and say for I0 free print I. I think the problem is yeah, I know what it is. Probably. So what I need to do is say So anytime we add something to the SP, so that's actually like allocate varSlan, right? SP plus plus. You would also say total order new SP plus plus, right? And now when we compile a scope, compiler scope, up n. Yeah, so this thing here, yeah, this should be new SP here. This is how much it should pop. And actually I will even name it just pop n. Arthur Goodman, what's up? Nice name. Well, it's funny that you were watching JI dev streams because this language is heavily inspired. But this language is so the reason I'm making this language is because I needed a simple, fast language for AI in RTS. And it gets compiled to bytecode right now. And I would love it to be in binary, but I don't know how feasible that is. And the reason I'm saying that is because one of the selling points of the language is that it has asynchronous capabilities. And so I will say that we made a mod for Brood War, right? And the way you write code for AI in that game is that it is very similar to Bash scripting or even ISM, but like without variables, and it's really painful. And this is like structured, but it also has all the asynchronous stuff. So if you want like a procedure to wait. So let's say you want the AI to build something, but only after like 15 seconds or only after some condition is met. That's why async is useful, because that means you don't have to write like locking loops and be very stateful. That just means that you can write like async. You can write async. You can say wait 10 seconds. And then you can say like make unit ID. And then you can say make Terran Maverick like this. And this basically means I will wait 10 seconds, will make the Maverick, but whatever is after this will not wait the 10 seconds, right? I guess async is probably something that you would know. Since if you're following JAI, you probably also like seen other languages. But yeah, and this is fully synchronous. If I said like, I mean, not fully synchronous, it's fully like deterministic. If I said print 1 here, right? Print 1, 2, and print 3, it would always print them in order. So 1, 2, 3. But if I like wait 1 second here, then it says 2, 3, and waits 1 second and prints 1. Right? Yeah, I'm using stack-based bytecode. And it's not a random choice. The choice is that it's the easiest thing that I just were able to implement, because I have never really written a real language before. This is my first real attempt. I did once write something when I was still like using modern C++, and I wrote it using like standard expression, uh, and it was really really slow and really non-robust. But yeah, this is my first attempt for making an actual one. And I read this book called Crafting Interpreters, and I'm slowly gearing up to read another one that's called Engineering a Compiler. But yeah, so first I actually made this like 3-walk thing, because that's something I saw a guy make on YouTube. Because like when I started this, I knew how to do like recursive descent parsing, but I didn't actually know how to do some of the details. And then I watched a YouTube video which actually did like execution by 3-walk, which was really inefficient and also difficult to implement async on. And the stack-based bytecode is something I learned from here. And it's something that I knew would allow me to do the asynchronous control flow that I wanted. And I know there's something that's called register-based bytecode, and I honestly not very familiar with how to implement that, but it might be something to consider. Another thing to consider might be just compiling to machine code eventually. It's just this game has a deadline, and I probably will stick with bytecode for now. I think it's fast enough, and anyways, I would want to like implement optimization for the bytecode anyways, because like even that it's not machine code, I would still not want it to do like wasteful work or whatever, right? So, but yeah, this is my reasoning. And it's funny you're called Goodman because I'm rewatching Better Call Saul, which has a Goodman character. Okay, but I think we are actually working now with the for loops. And yeah, I was saying that this is inspired by JI, and the reason it is because I think a lot of it's just a very well crafted language, and I really like its syntax, specifically like the type declaration syntax. Really neat. I also like that I don't have to like have braces here or parentheses here, and yeah, it's sort of inspired. I also, even in the notes, they have like, oh, let's try this JI switch, or I just rewrote 4 to be more JI like. So yeah, I do. I mean, I'm even mentioned in some of the examples because I wrote some of them. So that's pretty cool. But I it's been a while since I actively worked in JI, so it's something I follow. I watch videos of JI and I watch discussions and I read stuff, but I don't write JI enough, I don't think. And I would like to. It's just I don't currently have a project in JI. And I don't know, the libraries that JI provides are just so neat. Like so much you can do just from the get-go. Like it's really an amazing language. I'm really glad. Oh, you're making a compile language. That's interesting. Are you compiling to machine code? Are you using are you using Albion or whatever? You meant inspiring or expiring? What does that mean? Oh, I see. Yeah, that's a thing you can do. Yeah, I thought you meant that, but wasn't sure. But yeah, I think his work's really great, very inspiring, very motivational. So uh, yeah, good stuff. And I have successfully made the for loop work. I used to have a C style one, which would be like this, right? I smaller than 10, I plus equals 1, and do whatever, but I just removed it and replaced it with this one. I hope I will not regret that, although I have a while loop, so I don't know. I think this for loop is neat. And I'm curious if saying for priority low dot priority panic print priority. Where that works. It can't be autocasted, right? So I'd have to cast to end both sides. Probably like this, and maybe even like this, because that way it's more, probably more readable. We'll say priority. So I work with Pronago, and we actually interviewed John, or Pronago did, and he just asked if we could get access. We wanted to originally use it for then fraud spam. Originally wanted to use it for the game, but we haven't rewritten it yet. But here's actually a podcast that I'm in. But here's John, and here's John, and yeah, we have interviews with him. It's really epic. I've listened to them multiple times. Every time I listen to them, I have gotten something new from them. So I think they're really great. Oh, you did. That's great. Doesn't seem like this works, by the way. Let's see. From cast and to panic and from to and let's see what happens here. Oh, very interesting. That's a mistake on my part, I think. So yeah, wait. Yeah, okay. So they are not really the way I wanted them to be. No, medium, high, very high. Okay. Just a mistake on my part. Okay, I think that should work now. Yeah, cool. And actually, like, one thing I really wanted to have is like saying that this actually just prints this. And that was the ambitious thing I wanted to do today. But the problem with that is that I don't store enum metadata on runtime, so it's actually kind of difficult. And one thing I could do technically is like, if I just have a literal, I would like hard code it to like auto convert it to a string. But when I have like a runtime value, when I say like priority and there's like priority, so let's say I have a function that says print priority. I don't know, print request or something, and it just takes a priority unit ID count int, right? So let's say we have a function like this that just prints request count x unit, say priority. Unfortunately, this will have spaces here, right? But if I want to do this, this will actually not work very nicely right now. Maybe I just say like this. This wouldn't be. At this point, I don't know. This is a runtime value, so I would have to have like the runtime table for the enums, and that would work, right? But yeah, well, I don't know. That's something I will think about. And that's funny because I already had a very similar example here. So maybe I removed this one. But yeah, I think that's it for today. I am kinda absent today, I would say. Unfortunately, makes me not really able to focus. But outside of that, we still are able to do for loops, revised for loops. And I think that's good. Good to have a daily stream going. I stream every day, Arthur. So if you want to come, I would be happy if I would see you again. And it does seem like the stuff you're working on is pretty cool. I don't know, actually. Well, I don't know. I will answer you in a sec. Actually, I should say consider. Oh. I think there were people in community, like long-time members, that wanted access, and they have not gotten it yet. But I think what we just said is to mail the beta email or whatever. I will ask Pronagon about it, what he thinks, and I will let you know. And I guess they will leave you the link to the server, to our server, so I can communicate to you back. Okay, I'll say good on its status. Good on, yeah, okay. Okay. And there was like one time thing that happened is that we got like a friend key. Like every member of the beta got like a key, and I just sent it to one of my friends. But since then we didn't have something like I think one just needs to like I'm not sure, but I think your best bet is probably mailing the beta mail. Yeah, it's public, right? Not sure. Well, I'll look around, I'll ask around, and I'll let you know because I'm actually also curious if there are like refollowers or whatever, but I'm not aware of any at the moment, and I'm not even sure if I can share you the mail. So when I know, I'll let you know. And yeah, I'll see you later, and we'll have another stream tomorrow. So